Nani,
Kalaunya I start
ready?
je lah ya.
Tak apa, I will start. I
Oh,
will
you
start
tak you
introducing you. Kan nak kena introduce you, tak adalah you nak introduce yourself.
Okay lah.
Right, okay, it's 11 o'clock.
Mana suara kat sini kan?
Tak ada ke Farid? I can hear you, but Farid is muted. InsyaAllah, can we start, Dr. Nani?
Okay, yes.
Alright, okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's 11 a.m. sharp. Welcome to the third webinar series conducted under CELPAD Research Unit. Alhamdulillah, this is our first webinar series for the year 2021. I am Engku Haliza Ibrahim, the research coordinator of CELPAD Research Unit, as well as your moderator for the day. We are indeed very privileged to have with us today Dr. Rosnani Kassim, the director of CELPAD IIUM, as our first invited speaker for the year 2021. Dr. Rosnani received a bachelor's degree in TESOL from University Kebangsaan Malaysia, master's degree in education from University Malaya, and her PhD in education from IIUM. Dr. Rosnani enjoys doing qualitative research. She started teaching in 1993 and first joined IIUM in 1999. Throughout her service in CELPAD, Dr. Rosnani has held numerous positions as course coordinators, as well as the coordinator of the testing unit. Dr. Rosnani refuses to say much about herself, and I think that is all that she wanted me to mention this morning. So without further delay, I would like to invite Dr. Rosnani Kassim to share with us some of her experience in carrying out qualitative research. Tafadhal, Dr. Rosnani, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Engku. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Good morning, selamat pagi to all my colleagues and also those viewing on Zoom and also on YouTube. So as mentioned by Dr. Engku, that this is, I enjoy doing qualitative research, probably because of my fear of numbers, but I found qualitative research very enriching and very satisfying. However, I would like to just inform you that I am not an expert or a guru in research because I do not conduct a lot of research like many of you out there, but I am I am happy. It's my pleasure to share with you the little that I know about a diary study which I have done, and I think diary study is rarely employed by people in their study. Why did I say that? Because when I was doing it, I was trying to find information about how to conduct and how to go about doing it. It was quite hard for me to find models or people or samples or people who have done or who have employed diary study in their research. So I am sure that those of you who are viewing right now, you are attending this session because of your interest in carrying out research, and probably you might want to see whether diary study is something that you can do or that could be useful to fulfill the need or to actually to help you to achieve the objective of your research. Okay, so we do research for many reasons, mainly for our professional needs, but I think as an English teacher, diary study is very good, even for us personally to know how our students are in the class and how do they perceive us, and it also provides input or insights into how we can improve ourselves in our teaching based on the other people's perspective, which I think is very important. Because as a teacher, you cannot just be happy with how you perceive yourself, but other people's perception of you is also important, because you are working with people, you are dealing with people, and it's a two-way street. Okay, all right. And as I go along, I welcome questions. If you have any, or you can put the questions in the chat box. And as I said, I am not an expert. That's a disclaimer. I'm just going to share with you my humble experience. Very little experience that I have. You can ask me questions, but whether I will be able to answer or not, I'm not sure, but I will try my best. Okay, so before we proceed, I will take you through what I have planned to talk to you about. Number one, first I will talk to you why diary study is conducted, why people choose diary study. And then also share with you the use of diary in the Muslim world. Because we are always looking to the West. We use them as models. We know what happened in the West, but we sometimes might not know or take into consideration how this particular approach has been employed long time ago by our Muslim scholars. And then I will talk about the limitations of a diary study, and I will also share with you my own experience carrying out diary study in one of my research, and that will be diary study in action. And I will also share with you the lessons that I learned from there, and the setbacks that I faced, and also my reflections. So basically this is going to be purely my experience. So you might you might have a different perspective or different viewpoint, but and I am happy to hear them if you have, but I hope whatever little that I share with you today will be beneficial to for you, inshallah. Okay, all right. So let me change my slide. All right. So mainly, when we talk about why people use a diary study, so first of all, if you are thinking about carrying out qualitative research, so one of the options that you have is to conduct diary study. It can be a main data collection. Main data collection. If it is very intensive, it can be a sole data collection method. Or it can also be one of the methods that you use to triangulate with other methods. So the data can be triangulated with other methods. So far what I did for my research was I triangulated with other qualitative methods. So what I did was I had semi-structured interviews. So I triangulated my data from the diary entries with those that I got from the interviews with the participants of my research. Okay, so next, again, after thinking about whether it should be the main data collection method or whether it can be one of the methods. There are many advantages of diary research. However, I'm not saying that diary research has advantages above other methods. But every different methods, they fulfill different needs. So I think it is very important my advice, yeah, as a person who had done this, yeah, who had experience, or I think people who have done research will say, the choice of method, it depends on your objectives. Yeah, because it will be problematic for you if you have objectives, yeah, certain objectives, but if you employ the wrong data collection methods, yeah, you might not get, yeah, the accurate or the outcomes, yeah, that, or the data that you intended to collect. Yeah, so be careful. Yeah, so if you intend, yeah, if you intend to explore, yeah, so, and not just explore, but explore deep. Yeah, I can say, yeah, based my experience, yes, diary can do this. Yeah, it gives you deep exploration. Yeah, because that's why my title is Heart on Sleeve. You see, it reveals, yeah, a lot of things, yeah, that are most of the time kept, yeah, inside the heart of our participants. Yeah, that's my experience. So it allows you to explore deep into the thoughts. So if you are into finding out what people think about a phenomenon, yeah, what they think, yeah, what they feel about an event or a phenomenon, yeah, and how they perceive a phenomenon. So a diary could be your choice. Yeah, so that is one. Okay, number two, yeah, in terms of the first one was about the insights. Yeah, another one is, yeah, the aspects that can be covered. Yeah, it allows you to access different facets that you never expected to discover. Yeah, so different facets that, yeah, if sometimes if you were to use other methods, you might not include that, yeah, because it will not come up to the surface. Yeah, but with diary, yeah, certain aspects that are taken for granted that we never expected, yeah, that sometimes not articulated. Yeah, if you were to interview somebody, it might not be articulated. Yeah, so with diary study, all this, I will say the word is, all this will come, all these hidden, yeah, areas, or this hidden information, yeah, will actually come to the surface, yeah, through the entries. Yeah, I tell you. Yeah, all right. And next, yeah, the words that I highlighted there, yeah, are voiced out. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, because when we talk about voice, we talk about people talking. When we talk about voice, we talk about interviewing. Yeah, but yeah, through diaries, you can hear, yeah, the participants' voice. Yeah, their true voice. Yeah, why I know so? Yeah, because I told earlier that I also conducted in semi structured interview, yeah, with the participants. Yeah, so when I compared, yeah, the data from the interview session and also the data from the diary, yeah, there were things that were not exposed during the semi structured interview, but I could capture them, yeah, through what they have written in their entries. Yeah, so the voice came out, so you could hear the voice through their writing. And importantly, it is the voice, not just the usual voice that you can hear, but it is the inner thoughts. This is what we want to elicit. Yeah, when we do qualitative research, especially when you want to understand a phenomenon, it has got to be a unique phenomenon. Yeah, I think it is very worthwhile for you to do diary study. Yeah, because it actually brings all this inner thoughts out, and it provides you with the in-depth understanding, not just at the surface. Because once everything, what is what is down there now has come up to the surface, and it provides you with an in-depth understanding, yeah, of the phenomenon. Yeah, okay. And another aspect is, yeah, not about perspective, not about the facets, but also the context. Yeah, okay. So the beauty of diary is that it examines ongoing experiences. What do I mean by ongoing experiences? Yeah, because yeah, ideally, yeah, the entries should be written. When I now I'm experiencing something, and this is what I want to say about this phenomenon. Ideally they're supposed to write down or to jot down somewhere of that experience at that point of time. Yeah, so that is what we mean by ongoing experiences. Yeah, rather than sometimes, when you give out a survey or when you do interview, it is at a certain time. Yeah, so it has been taken out of its context. Yeah, so people will have to recall, oh, okay, that question, what did I do 2 months ago? So how did I feel last week? Yeah, so it is not ongoing. So it might affect, yeah, the freshness, yeah, of the information. So with diary, yeah, if it is done properly, then you can really capture, yeah, that particular experience or that particular feelings, yeah, at the point, when it is happening. Yeah, so it helps us, yeah, to investigate not just, when I say, I've been talking about thoughts, feelings, yeah, but it is not just about emotion. Yeah, it can provide you input in terms of social, psychological, and physiological processes. Yeah, and again, everyday situations. Yeah. All right. And finally, we can gain, you can gain insights, yeah, and keep a record of event, yeah, and the emotional episodes, yeah, that are. So we have two things. Number one, the event. Number two, the reactions to the event. Yeah. Okay. And not just that, yeah, in that particular context, yeah, and I think, yeah, might not be, I'm not saying it cannot be, but might not be accessible through other methods. Yeah, I'm comparing with other methods, but by all means, yeah, I'm not saying that the other methods are not as good. Yeah, but this is to highlight what you can gain, yeah, from a diary study. Okay, all right. Can I proceed, Dr. Engku? Yeah, everything is okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, so let us look at how diary has been utilized here in the Muslim world. Yeah, so I have here 3 examples, yeah, that I wish to share with you. And this what do you call it? This personalities, yeah, they are travelers, yeah, and also scholars. Yeah. Okay. First, I would like to share with you, yeah, Ibn Jubair. Yeah. Okay. Ibn Jubair. Yeah. This is based on my reading. Yeah. This is based on my reading, based on the literature. Yeah. So long time ago, Ibn Jubair. Yeah. He was a traveler. Yeah. He was a very well-traveled man. Yeah. So what he did was he wrote, yeah, a diary. He kept a diary. Yeah. And he documented the account of his travels. Yeah, so this diary, these entries were later referred to by people, yeah, who wanted to know, or not wanted, but they chanced upon these diaries and they learned a lot, yeah, from what he had written. Yeah, so it shows that it has been used. It has been used as a source of data, rich data. Yeah. Okay. Another example, yeah, is Ibn al-Banna. Yeah. Okay. So he wrote about Baghdad. Yeah. It was reported that he wrote about Baghdad. Yeah. And he observed the social and environmental dimensions. Yeah. I don't know whether it was intended as such. Yeah. But these are the things that were, that came up to the surface. that came up to the surface. Probably I'm not sure whether when he wrote that he was thinking, okay, I would like to study this, but probably it was just for his own, because it is his personal diary. But for people who are interested to know, what happened at that time in that particular context at that time, what he wrote was became a treasure. You see, it's interesting. Yeah. So what came up to the surface was social and environmental dimensions of Baghdad. Very intimate, very intimate. You see, so this is something that, when you want to explore, when you really want to explain a phenomenon, when you really want to understand a phenomenon, you must go down to the very minute details. Yeah. So I'm talking about this with a lot of passion. Yeah, because actually diary study was not a choice of mine when I did this particular research. Yeah, but it came, I did it by chance. Yeah, because I thought that I was doing semi-structured interviews, so I was like, okay, I think I need to find another source of data so that I can triangulate. So I think, okay, so I went through the list and I thought, okay, diary study. So I said, wow, that's interesting. But what I didn't know at that time was that it was quite difficult for me to get input or information on diary study, especially the guide, how to go about it, and then who to refer to. Yeah, but Alhamdulillah, I managed, and that is what I want to share with you today, in case some of you are interested and you want to know how to do it. So I hope I can help you in that way. Yeah. Okay. So intimate details. Yeah. And then he had 16 folios. They found 16 folios. Yeah. So all dated. Yeah, so this is a feature of diary. Yeah? You have to have the date, the time. So this will actually pinpoint it. That will actually pin it to that particular event. Yeah, and of course, again, it is personal observations and experiences. So all these keywords. Yeah. So if you want to know personal experience, you want to know personal feelings. Yeah. So diary is could be a good choice for you. Yeah. And finally, we have our famous Muslim scholar Ibn Khaldun. Yeah. So we know that Ibn Khaldun wrote Muqaddimah. Yeah. Okay. So he wrote also about the history of the Arabs and Berber. Yeah. And for this, he documented his thoughts. Again, thoughts and observations. Thoughts and observations. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to know what people think, yes, thoughts and observation and outlook, how he looked at things. Yeah. And his outlook. Yeah. His outlook was very vast. Yeah. Because it encompassed history, politics, and economy. Yeah. He wrote on this. So this became important information. Yeah. That people can read, can gain knowledge, and also use as data, based on his experiences and observations of the happenings around him. Again, as I mentioned earlier on, it is about the social context, about at that point of time. Yeah, and according to Al-Husri, Sati Al-Husri, a 20th century Arab nationalist thinker, he says he also confirmed. He also confirmed that this writing, it was not meant as a diary, but it is actually a share, what he's writing. He is writing about what he felt about something, and this was confirmed by Al-Husri, who said that yes, it covers branches of sociology such as politics, urban life, economics, sociology, and others. So I would say that with diary, it is not only about knowing about education, knowledge, about emotion, but it can cover a very vast field of knowledge, inshallah. Okay, all right. So I'm not sure whether you are convinced now, or whether you are saying, okay, I think these are looks like if I want to find out about their feelings, emotions, and I want to get information about how people feel about economy, about politics, and so on. Yeah, so I'm going to ask my participants to write the diary, and I will get the data. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, not everything are bed of roses. Yeah. Okay. So of course, yeah, just like other things in life, yeah, there are limitations. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So okay. All right. Yeah. Delayed response. Yeah. So when we talk about writing diary, we know that our participants have to write on a a diary. Okay. During my time, I did it. A diary, a real diary. Yeah. But now you can easily use blog. Yeah. You can easily ask your students to write in Padlet. Yeah. And so on. Yeah. Okay, so however, yeah, regardless of whichever platform that you are using, yeah, there's always the risk of delayed response. Yeah, because sometimes, yeah, the participant might not be in the position of that allows him, yeah, to write, yeah, at that time, to capture whatever that he's thinking at that time. So he might say, okay, I will write that letter, but later, but when even after 30 minutes after that, there could be what we call honest forgetfulness. Not intended, but Allah, what was that I thought just now? No, that could happen. Yeah, so that could be a risk. Yeah. Another one is, yeah, participant, it should be research participants make up information to complete the entries. Yeah, so this is real. Yeah, so this is the risk. Yeah, but you can actually control this. Yeah, can actually control this by checking, and also sometimes, yeah, based on my experience when I did my study, I could sense that something is not right. When something has been made up, so you can always ask, but of course, don't ask in a threatening manner. Yeah, your participant, inshallah, they will actually tell you, the reason why they did that, and it can be actually controlled. Yeah, and of course, biasness. Yeah, why do I say biasness? Yeah, because the interpretation is subjective and also relative. Yeah, so for example, yeah, if you want a student to write a diary about his experience learning in class, yeah, let's say it so happens that that is experience, but he has he's not very comfortable with the teacher, so it might affect, yeah, the way he interprets his outlook or his view, or perhaps his emotion at that time, and so on. But I think this is common, yeah, for most qualitative research method. Yeah. Okay. Next, yeah, is I think this is something that you have to think about. Yeah. Most research participants have very limited or no experience at all when it comes to diary writing. Yeah. Okay. Our young people, if young people or old people, depending on your research participants, they might like to read blogs, they might like to stalk other people's website or Facebook, but they might not be writers themselves. Yeah, so they might struggle, yeah, especially at the initial stage, and some of them might feel paranoid. Yeah, so this is reported, yeah, by Domier in 2007. Yeah, and of course this can be mitigated, yeah, through trainings. Yeah. Okay. All right. And for my study also, I did a training, some sort of training. Yeah. So that has to be included, yeah, in your in part of the steps that you take. Yeah. And the next one is, of course, it requires discipline. Yeah, discipline. Yeah, there could be, if you do not get commitment, yeah, let's say you say, okay, I will let us meet so that I can have a look at your diary entries. Yeah, at the end of the week, for all you know, the person will be writing the whole entry in one sitting. That one is something that we cannot control, but we can advise. And another thing is writing skill. Yeah, writing skill. So you will get descriptive rather than reflective. I face this at the initial stage. Yeah, describe. Remember when I said about diary study, it is about exploring what it is, what is inside. Know how do you feel? But at the initial stage, I got about today I learned this. I learned this. So it's very descriptive. Yeah, so that's another thing that you have to think about. Yeah, and of course, linguistic ability. They have to write in a language. If you say must write in English, yeah, but their English is bad or they are not up to the they are not proficient. So how are they going to write? So you will not get your entries. Yeah. So probably if it is important that it has to be written in certain language, so you might want to get participants who have the minimum level that you require in order for them to be able to write, or you might want to allow them to write in the native language, in their native language. That of course that unless you have extra fund to employ a translator later on. Okay, but again, if it is translated, it might lose, the richness or the essence. Yeah. Okay. And of course, on the part of the participant, also, high level of participation and commitment. Because if they don't write, you don't have data. So you have to make sure that they write, meaning they are on the same page with you. They are as passionate as you. Okay. All right. So these are basically the limitations that I have learned from what I read, and also actually the things that I experienced as well. Yeah. Okay. All right. I have about 30 minutes more. Yeah, Dr. Engku. Okay. All right. Yeah. So next, let me share with you what I did and what I learned. Yeah. Okay. So I invited 5 participants, all international students, for this research. Yeah, and the research objectives, there were a few, but basically for this, I have chosen 2. So of course, perception, how to perceive, and what are the problems and the needs. Yeah, so these students were actually repeaters, in level 6. Yeah, so they failed the writing skill. Yeah, so actually the word not just repeaters, but repeating repeaters. Yeah, okay, so 3 times, 4 times in the same level. Yeah, so this is a phenomenon. Yeah, this is a phenomenon. Yeah, okay, if students fail, but when you start failing and failing and failing and failing, probably that is something that you want to find out. How is it? How do they feel? And learning their problems and the needs probably can help you to understand them better. And of course, the main objective of the research is to understand. To understand their problems and so on. Okay, all right. So I have decided to get data from diary study. So I say, okay, how do I go about this? Okay, who do I ask? There are so many information about the other methods. So I went to I went to the library. I searched, and I found this valuable information about how do you go about. So if you are interested to do it, probably this could be the start for you. Yeah. Okay. So Corti in 1993, got highlighted, that if you were to do diary study, you have to make sure that we have to have this. Record event as soon as it happens. And make sure that diary keeping should not influence the behavior. And then you must give clear instructions and you must give a model. Okay, and then when I read further, I found Creswell saying, almost similar things. Clear instructions, and with an addition of clear objectives of the research. You must have clear objectives of the research for you and also for the participant, and also the objective of the diary keeping itself. Yeah, so I put this together, and then so I use this, and then when I studied QWERTY further, I found this. So actually you can't just call your participant and say, okay, can you write a diary for me? That will work. Yeah, so you have to have, remember, clear instruction, a model. You have to have this. Everything must be clear. If not, remember when I said paranoid, no, they don't know how to write. Yeah, so it must be well planned. Yeah, so here, actually I adapted this from QWERTY. So everything is clearly explained. Yeah, 10 weeks, so it took me about 3 months. Yeah, they had to commit themselves for 3 months. Yeah, so you have to really be, you have to be convincing, and you have to be real and truthful in telling them that it is not about you only, but it is also about knowing how they feel about this phenomenon. Okay, and then always also indicate there that you are always approachable. Yeah, okay. Money matters. If I call you, those days, WhatsApp, they need internet. So who's going to take care of that? Yeah, so you might want to, list all these things. Get in touch. Remember that item number, this one. Yeah, remember that this is your diary. Yeah, this is your diary. So it's all about them. Yeah, so please tell me as much as you can. Yeah, so this, I put this in the, I gave them a diary, a real book, a diary. So what I did was I printed this and I pasted this on the first page, so that they can always refer to this. Write as often as you like. So this contain the guidelines. A minimum of 2 entries per week will be fine. More will be welcome. And then write the day and date. So this is how you guide them. And I found that this suggestion by QWERTY actually really helped. Really helped to guide the participants. Okay. Oh, that was another thing that I wrote there. Look. Here. Please don't worry about spelling. Remember, I said writing skill, linguistic ability. That could actually hold them back from writing. So tell them that it doesn't matter. Handwriting doesn't matter, but write as clearly. You may also write words or sentences in your own languages. You allow that. Okay. And there's also special instructions. This special instruction came from me. Again, I printed and I pasted on the diary itself. So this will guide them to as to what to write down and what not to write down. But it will not, you cannot say don't write about other things, because other things might be, might be useful as well. You see? So but these were the guides that I wrote. How to go about it. You might want to write your feelings immediately. See? Or after, or when you are in class. So they need to be told about this. Okay. Why do you feel that way? How do you feel? What are the difficulties? So these are basically trying to guide them towards you getting the answers to your research questions. Okay. And you give examples. You may talk about your hope. Because in my case, all the participants had never done this. So they needed to know, what to write, how to write, how to go about it. That really helped them to lower down their anxiety and uncertainty. They don't know what I'm going to write, how to write it. So sometimes, we do not want them to be discouraged. And if you can recall, the framework that I showed just now, you should also provide a model. Okay, this is how you write it. But can I have a look at how one entry looks like? And in my case, what I did was, this is my real study. Before that, I did a pilot study. A pilot study in order for me to help to to determine what kind of language proficiency my participants should have, and what could be the problems that I have to take care of before I carry out the real study. So I got this from from the pilot, I was able to fine tune my real study. So the example that I gave was based on the pilot study. So this is one. And this is exactly how it was written. So you can see that there are some grammatical mistakes. So this is about writing graph. So this is what we do. What we did those days, and we're still doing it. I cannot write because I do not know how to explain. Sometimes I cannot write even 150 words. You see, the word limit also sometimes becomes a big problem for our students. I see many graphs and different each time. You see, so you might not be able to get this, your students might not want to tell you this face to face, but you might get this in the diary. Confidential. Okay, not improving. With that sad face. So when you show them this, okay, this is how I am expected to write. This is another one. I don't think I learned anything. That's a strong statement. And then the parents factor came into the picture. We sometimes in class it's just about you and I, but we forgot that they have family also that they worry about. Interesting. It's very humanistic actually. I wish my teacher can teach me only. I'm shy. My teacher looks nice, but will my teacher be nice to me? This is real. Okay, so the last one. Vocabulary, spelling. I try to memorize. Okay, so these are examples. Okay, so all right, so we say, okay, you have the instructions. I have already put there. I gave you samples. All right, I'm happy. Right, I'll get my data. No, not yet. So, all right. Don't be too happy yet. Because you still have to control things. So data collection procedure. So if you stay up to this point, you say, okay, we still want to do this. Or you say, okay, no diary for me. Up to you. But if you still want to continue, this is the data collection procedure. So according to the framework proposed by Zimmerman and Weider in 1997, for diary study, you have to have 3 phases. Okay, I followed this and it worked. So number 1, the initial interview phase, research diary phase, and debriefing session. So what did I do during the initial interview phase? So this is the time when if you, for example, you need 5 participants, you might want to invite 6 or 7 or even 8. Okay, and talk to them, okay, whether they are really interested or not to do it. Whether they are committed or not for 10 weeks. Okay, and you explain what they have to do. Remember the guidelines that I gave to you, and I met them individually, different time, so that you can have an individual session face to face, so that you can answer all the questions. So you explain, you get to know, give instruction, entertain questions. They want to know before they commit themselves. They have a lot of questions, and then you show the sample. Okay, so you say, okay. So what I experienced was I interviewed about 8, but 5 agreed. So I say, okay, 5 would be good. Alhamdulillah. So I gave them, and then also during the first initial stage, the interview, I told them that I will give them some pocket of some money for top up and so on, in case they need to contact me, and they can also see me. Even though, during the research diary phase, I told them that we will meet fortnightly. We will meet fortnightly. However, you have to impress it upon them that you are always available for them, not just that the date that we have set. Yeah, so research diary phase, yeah, fortnightly in the 10 weeks. Yeah, what do we do, or what do we do during the research diary phase? Yeah, we talk. How are you? You know, are you well? How was class? So how was what did you write in your diary? Can I have a look at your diary? So actually we look at the diary together, yeah, and then talk, check, and then while reading, I confirm. Okay, okay, you wrote this. What did you really mean? You see, yeah. So while doing this, I will be taking field notes as well. So unintentionally, field notes became one of my data source as well. You see, unintentional actually. Yeah. So and in qualitative research, yeah, this is called members checking. Yeah, members checking. So to not just your interpretation, but you compare your interpretation, because this data, the data that you have, you have to interpret it. You can't just take it as is. Yeah, so you have to analyze and interpret. And one of the things that you have to do, yeah, to make sure that your interpretation is reliable and valid, yeah, you have to have members checking. Yeah, so so this is has been proposed by many qualitative research practitioner, yeah, and those who are familiar with Miriam, yeah, I think you also will know this. Yeah, and finally the debriefing session. So after the 10 weeks, so you meet this I met the participant and said thank you, and they return everything, and actually they felt good. They felt good that they were able to they were able to actually talk, yeah, to someone, yeah, about the experience. Okay, all right. Yeah, so data analysis. Yeah, data analysis, I have no slide on data analysis. Yeah, however, yeah, at that time, of course, you have for data analysis, you can follow the frameworks, yeah, that are available. Yeah, and for me, I did the thematic analysis. Yeah, and now thematic analysis, I did it manually because I only had 5 participants. Yeah, but I really found manual analysis is very fulfilling, because you could see everything. Yeah, but now you can use Atlas also, you have to analyze, and then but still you have to group things together. Yeah, so it's up to you, how do you want to go about it. Yeah, but I'm not going to talk about data analysis. Yeah, probably another session by another person, I don't know. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, so I want to share with you, yeah, the outcome. So okay, some findings. Yeah, okay, all right. So my first research question was about perception. The second one was about problem and needs. Okay, you can read this. Yeah, okay. This was written by not real name, yeah. Okay, so I called them Zain, Cahaya, Noor, Aisyah. Yeah, okay. I can't pass. Yeah, so I felt so afraid. Yeah, so this is how they are feeling. Yeah. There's so many things, that you can actually interpret out of this. Yeah, this is again, as I said, yeah, rich, yeah, very rich data. Yeah, and everything that has been suppressed, yeah, is now coming up to the surface. Yeah. Okay. Again, on perceptions. Yeah, I didn't really say, okay, today you must talk about perception. No, it's just about your experience. So from this we pick up, what which one actually express when you do your data analysis. You have to identify, this is actually giving me information about perception. Yeah, so that is how you group, yeah, your data later on. Yeah. should be crying but carrying, again, it doesn't matter. Spelling doesn't matter. Yeah. A bad day for me. Yeah. So if you see, a student sometimes showing an attitude in class, we just say this is a problematic student. For all you know, she's not a problematic student. No, it's a bad day for that person. See? No, it made me feel so boring. Yeah. This is unscripted, yeah, unscripted. So there's no perception, this is the problem. I know, it looks like the teacher, maybe the teacher is not wrong, but it is a good input for the teacher. Title was easy, but writing the idea is hard. If you see students fighting, you might want to know this might explain. See? So this is not about the learning, but about the environment, about the context that they are in. Yeah. Okay. Depression. Cannot sleep. I felt sleepy. And yeah. So another thing I want to share with you is after the problems, yeah, here, needs. Yeah. I really want to share this with you. I didn't just get writings, but I got drawing as well. What can you see? 4-wall CELPAD, and then there's the ear here, and then there's a, what do you call that? Halo. Yeah, please listen our problem. Yeah, by no means this is just used as data. Yeah, and I have already told them that this will be used as a this will be reported. So yeah, they are fine with this. Yeah, but these are the things that you can get. Yeah. Okay. All right. We even come into their dreams. Yeah. Okay. So I have shared it with you how to go about it. What are the things that you could get? What kind of data you could get? How it looks like? How to report? I think it's another it's another story. Yeah, but this is what you can get. Yeah, so with regard to carrying out diary study, yeah, these are the lessons that I learned. Yeah, that might help you to decide as well. Careful planning is crucial, as I said. Yeah, you have to plan. Yeah, and I have here 7 steps that I want to share with you. Yeah, number 1, notebooks. But again, I did that. You might want to prepare a suitable platform. Yeah, and instructions must be clear. Yeah, and I better that if you can get from from the literature, so that it has been tested and it like what I did, because it will work, inshallah. Yeah, and after you have done that, you set a meeting with the participants. Yeah, don't set first, then you want to do the step 1. Yeah, you follow this step. Step 3, first meeting, second meeting. So this is the initial phase. Yeah. And here you have to, for ethical reason, yeah, you must get consent. Yeah, to use their whatever that they have written. Yeah, and then to ensure willingness and commitment also on their part. Did I get commitment? You'll be surprised what I faced. Yeah. Okay. And I gave them some money for top up, and I gave them the diary. Yeah. Okay. And participants began diary writing. So this is the diary writing phase. Yeah. And during the writing also, I check diary entries. Yeah, meeting fortnightly. And remember, I told you about the field note. Yeah, so while I talk to them, I observed. Yeah, you see, as I said, earlier on, I told them that it could be very descriptive rather than, expressing the opinion true enough. Yeah, they summarize. So if you do not do the checking, yeah, you and then just let them do what they want, then you will not be getting what you need. Yeah, so you have to check. Yeah, so for Zain, yeah, I found that he wrote too general. Yeah, so you can keep improving. Yeah, and so that and advise them so that you can get the information that you need to answer your research question. Yeah. Okay, so he said that his first time writing, so he did not know really how to do it. Just now I give you samples, right? Okay, don't say that. For you it might be clear, but for the participants, those samples might not make sense yet. So they really had to do it. So give them time, yeah, explain. And then Aisha was good, very expressive, yeah, but the things that she wrote about, was only on one particular aspect, and not on others. So you might want to tell her, open up, look at other things. So you will get, inshallah, what you want. Yeah, and again, it is only on learning English. My research question was on learning writing, so you might want to take them back on track. Yeah, okay, and step 6. Yeah, after all done, so after the fortnight meeting, so I could see that their writings or their entries became better in terms of content. Yeah, and then they were more focused, and then they return the diaries, and then you analyze data. So these are the steps that might help you. Yeah, okay, but I did face some setbacks. Yeah, okay, of course, as I said, not sure what to write. I have already explained, summarize their lessons rather than detailed descriptions. So these are the things that you have to watch out for. Yeah, and write entries regularly and honestly. Yeah. So at the very beginning, they did say, I said, when did you write this? Just asking. So they said, oh, actually before I came to meet you. So I said, I know that is that you shouldn't do that. If you have not written, just try to write, as it happens, or when you feel, yeah, about something. Yeah, okay. And this one, the last one, after signing the agreement and so on, this happened in week 9. Yeah, okay. Well, that's no problem because she has written her diary entries, but at that time, yeah, I suppose now it might not be a problem, but it could happen midway, you see. But what happened was that, you remember, we did it manually. We did it manually, and the diary was with her. So she called me when she was at the airport. I said, I'm going home. So I said, oh my, I said, are you okay? Yeah. And then I said, where's the diary? And then she said, I have it with me. Those days, it was not easy. When I say those days, it sounds so long time ago. Yeah, but at that time when we were not really online, you see. So what happened? Alhamdulillah, another friend was with her. So her friend brought back the diary for me. So that was how. If not, I would lose one participant. Yeah. So let's say if you have 2 and one do this to you, one does this to you, you'll be in trouble. Yeah. So alhamdulillah, I managed to get the diary and analyze. So, okay. Reflections. Yeah. All right. So how I feel. Yeah. So yes. Yeah, if the literature has said that it will provide you with enlightening, rich, deep, yeah, and also very intimate detail, yes, I got them. Yeah, so enlightening, thick, and rich, yeah, and yes, deep, yeah, feelings deep in the participant's heart, yeah, I could find that, yeah, okay, all right. It's important, yeah, for us to be in close contact with the research participants throughout the study. Yeah, okay. And I still keep in touch with them. Alhamdulillah, yeah, they have graduated. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, keep in touch, and you have to provide them support and clarifications at all point. Yeah, along the throughout the study. Yeah, time, commitment, and dedication from the participants are key, and incentive. You have to have a certain amount of incentive, yeah, for them. And my last slide, inshallah, yeah, conduct a pilot study. Yeah, you might want to try it first. Yeah, again, I mentioned this, detailed planning. And yeah, my parting remark will be, why I would say do a diary study is because it provides them with an outlet, yeah, to an opportunity to voice out their inner thoughts and feelings in a comfortable and non-threatening way. Yeah, I think this is important for us to remember. Yeah, so I think with that, I will end my sharing with you. Yeah, it's very personal. Yeah, I tell you. Yeah, but I think a diary study has a big potential. Yeah, and if and you can do it. Yeah, with your students. Yeah, on any phenomenon that you observed. Yeah, you can ask them to write a blog or write on Padlet. Yeah, and it can be data for you to report. You can write a paper on that. However, I would like to remind you, please don't do it quietly. Tell your students that what they have written might be used as data or might be reported. Yeah, or else you will be breaching the ethical side of research of conducting research. Yeah. So Alhamdulillah. Yeah. So I think that's all for now. Yeah. So if we have questions, yeah, from the floor or from the audience, yeah, I'll be happy to hear them and perhaps try to answer if I can. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. I'll stop now.
MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khairan, Rosnani. Very interesting indeed. I have some questions that I'd like to read to you from our chat. Yeah, inshallah.
Okay.
One question very early on in the study, during your presentation, was by Ustad Abdullah Bukhari. His question is: can our personal diary be the source of information in research? Ibn Halden, yes, he was a scholar, but on our part, we need to attain scholarship level first so that our personal observation can be counted as valid academic data. And he further mentioned delayed response ni macam afterthought jugalah kan, affect its validity juga.
Betul.
And then he mentioned that later on, I think jokingly, he said, kena tunggu mati dulu ke baru jadi valid data. There was some responses by Dr. Farida, but I think we'd like to hear your response. Thank you, Dr. Nani. And then there's another question, but I'll wait for you to answer this first, and then I will present the other question.
Yeah, I think like the students, yeah, the 5 students that I chose, yeah, they were a nobody, yeah. So whether the data is valid or not, yeah, in my opinion, yeah, and I think people who have done research will know that, no, it doesn't matter who you are. What matters is whether you are the right person. You see, whether, this is about experience. So if you are a nobody, but you are in that particular phenomenon, you're facing that phenomenon, and that is the phenomenon that we want to study. Yeah. So intentionally, we will choose those people. So this is part of how you collect or how you choose your participant for your research. Yeah. So we have sampling, we have purposive sampling, and so on. Yeah, so these are the things that we have to consider. About Ibn Khaldun, yeah, because he wrote a lot of things. Yeah, he wrote a lot of things. So people, I know probably he wrote to share. He wrote to share, but that's how people use what he has written. Yeah, and of course, yeah, I hope we don't have to die first lah before.
There's a joke by Dr. Ustaz lah.
Itu awal-awal kan, sebab we are talking about, sebab we always look to the West, but actually this tradition has started a long time ago, kan. Jadi I think it is good for us to know also lah. Okay, next question.
All right. Thank you. The next question is from Ustazah Sabaria. She says, how many days or months to create the diary? What she's saying is that, is there any limitation, due date to prepare it? Like you gave a time frame, isn't it? So that's what she was wondering. How I suppose that's how do you determine that time frame?
Yeah. Okay. How do I determine? Of course, it has got to, number one, how much time I have to complete the research. And another thing is that I plan why I gave time, because remember I did the pilot. So when I did the pilot, I could see, okay, if for the pilot, I think I just gave about 4 weeks. Yeah. So I could see the amount of data that I got. So it depends also if it is your sole, itu je you punya source of data, you might want to increase the number of entries. Kan, you might want to prolong the diary writing punya time tu. And also if you have many, so benda tu, all this will actually determine your choice sebenarnya. Yeah.
Okay. And Dr. Lisa has actually responded here to Ustazah Sabari. She said, as long as data is saturated, you may stop. Saturated means students that respond again and again on the same aspect that you are looking for.
I agree. I agree.
Okay. I have another question here from Najwa Baharuddin on YouTube. She said, Doctor, may I know how do you make sense of repetitive narratives? Like when one student reports the same issue almost in every narrative. Thank you in advance.
Okay, so all right, yeah. When actually kan, kalau macam the way I reported according to theme lah. Yeah, according to theme. So kalau dia it's repeated and repeated, yeah, so meaning, and what I do is that this could be something very serious. So what I do is that I also interviewed them. So kita triangulate and see how where to make sense of that particular phenomenon juga ni. Kan, kita triangulate and then it can sometimes apa we can get from the interview will help explain what he is writing in the journal. So that is the beauty of triangulation sebenarnya. My personal view lah, my experience, but probably in the literature something else is said, yeah, or perhaps different people different experience sebenarnya. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, there's another question here from Dr. Masufa. Earlier on in the YouTube, she commented that this is very interesting, especially when you were talking about the Islamic perspective, about the Islamic scholars and the use of the diary studies. Her question is, how do you determine the number of participants? I think you mentioned about it just now.
I think itulah macam it depends on again how much you want to gather. Kan, kemudian dalam in the literature ya ada je orang yang buat seorang aja. Seorang aja. Ya. Seorang aja. So actually you have to understand what you want, what kind of study you want to conduct. So it depends sebenarnya, sangat depends. Macam because I did with my students, so I think sebab diorang ni macam a class kan, jadi I ambil macam a representative of them. Macam tu. Sebab because the phenomenon to experienced by a group of people. Sometimes macam contoh diary study is very in education tak berapa. Tapi in terms kalau dalam medical diorang buat this kind of diary study sebab they want to actually understand sebab kadang-kadang the experience to experience by one particular person. Jadi that one person lah. Macam tu.
Okay.
Okay.
I do not.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can
now
I
you
have a question?
live.
Macam biasa dengar muka tak
Macam
nampak.
kenal.
All the way from far away.
Tak ada video, tak ada gambar ya Dr. Farid.
On leave, but still on because interested to listen to the boss. Right.
Thank
Go ahead, Dr. Farid.
Anyway, I'm just because I'm not so I don't know much about qualitative studies. I just want to confirm your research methodology is diary study or so because I was thinking, because you were saying that your tadi apa macam you have some triangulation done.
Betul.
And also apa you kata by accident you found and it became your research data collection. So from the beginning, when you prepared your proposal, what was the methodology that you were planning to do?
Okay. Masa tu first I thought nak buat apa benda? Nak buat semi-structured interview je. And then I was thinking about observation. Kan? Tapi like observation will actually pose a different sets of constraint. Yeah, it depends juga on how on your on situation kan. Jadi because of that, but semi-structured interview only I don't think I will get enough data. So I'm thinking, okay, what else that I can add in? So I say, diary is good because it's an exploration. It's an exploration. So kalau you observe pun, it's your perspective. You see, it's not the person's perspective, but it's perception. Jadi, okay, I decided on diary, so I add in, and then bila diary tu is the entry, but of course, you can also, when you talk to them about the content of the diary, so I could also make field notes. So field notes ni not in my original plan, but I added bila I analyze data and I report the data.
Yeah, that is the beauty of qualitative study.
Dia sangat fluid.
Cuma I 5 participants and the level that they were at, they were problematic students. I mean, they were not very good. So how much data, from these 5 too, that you had to scrutinize and analyze on your own? Because to really, because you said that you got very rich data and things like that. How rich? Because they can't really express it in words, kan? Because their vocabulary is limited and things. And that's why I'm just thinking to what extent that we think is enough. Yalah, you have your supervisors to tell you, but kalau we know our students, when they write, if they were able to express much, then they would not be in our classes anymore. Cuma itulah, what did you go through? I mean, the experience, thinking about whether I would be able to collect enough data or not.
Agree.
Kan
macam I'm not sure whether I have collected enough data or the data that all the data that I was supposed to collect, but enough for me to report lah. Itu that is important. Enough for me to report. That is one. Kan, and then itu pasal I said during the pilot tu, maybe they are repeaters, tapi diorang ni they fail because of many reasons. Many reasons. Jadi like I showed you some of the samples. They could write, tapi macam they could draw. They could draw.
Yes.
Jadi kan and the members checking too important. Members checking
it's just that I was wondering, why did you decide to get them to use their English rather than their native language, knowing that we really want to know very in detail the experience, the problems that they go through. Kenapa you decided to still let them write in English?
Okay, number one, because yang my participants, yang I have Indonesian, I have one from Africa, and one and other China, dua orang.
Oh, okay.
Jadi but the best is if you can get translator ke apalah kan, that's the best. Tapi constraint lah, constraint of the constraint that I face sebenarnya. Kan, but yeah, what you said is true. Yeah, it will be wonderful sebenarnya. But even the Indonesian students tu yang dua tu, I ask them, you can write in in bahasa Indonesia, but they write in they wrote in English. So you can't just say you have to write in bahasa English because nanti dia rasa, I want to write, so you cannot just tell them, cannot stop them from writing. So dia comfortable, tak apa. And then for all the things that you can see in the entries, sebenarnya kita ada that during the writing diary phase tu, so that is where you will talk to them sebenarnya, apa yang dia tulis tu, in fact you boleh probe lagi sebenarnya session tu. So it is very fulfilling, but it will take a lot of time and effort sebenarnya. Tapi itulah, because I'm not sure sebab I tak ada pun dengar orang buat do this diary study, but it is very sebenarnya accessible to us sebenarnya.
Yeah, when I was doing my research, I was deciding between think aloud or diary study.
So think aloud pun is good juga sebenarnya.
So anyway, okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Farid.
Tunggu, maybe after this we can get some input on think aloud protocol, kan?
It's very complicated to me. I think Dr. Farid, you can share with us think aloud protocol. I takut dengar all this qualitative data collection methods ni. Another question, Dr. Nani, from Sister Nur Azza. Her question is, were the participants your students or were they from different classes?
Okay, they were not my students. So they were I think from I think the last time that we had repeating class tu, I think I don't know whether one class or two classes. Macam tu. They were not my students.
Right.
Tapi over time I got to know them lah.
My question, boleh tak nak tanya satu soalan or maybe dua lah, because I'm one who's very scared of qualitative data. Mainly because my question is, what problems did you have when you were trying to analyze your data? I mean, coming up with the themes. I know you actually base it on the literature. And also, what about personal bias? When you are involved, that's one thing that I'm really scared about qualitative data. Can you share some of your experience, please?
Personal bias tu memang tak boleh nak elak, kan? Personal bias. So I think that is acknowledged. Kan, itu that is the argument given by the quantitative people against qualitative punya approach. So somehow I think kita punya ethic lah not to meddle with the data sebenarnya. And then even kalau quantitative pun, even quantitative, you can be dishonest if you want to. You can be biased if you want to. But for qualitative, to avoid biasness too, we have that members checking. So what I did was I had I think Dr. Farida was one of the iterator. We call this iterator. Iterator. So after I have made my interpretation, my team tu semua I buat dalam dah list, dah buat dia punya table semua. So I shared and these people ada fulfill certain criteria. Berapa lama, at least 20 years of teaching, just to and then dia ada for qualitative study, even this iterator ni dia ada percentage dia. Meaning from one person to another. Maksudnya kalau my
much you
interpretation, if it's too different, we cannot use macam tu. Jadi I gave to people in IIU, I gave to one professor in UITM, I gave to another person in UKM, so that they can give their feedback whether my interpretation, is sama ataupun almost similar macam tu. So ada cara ni, if you do qualitative, benda ni semua ada dalam dia punya ni method tu, insyaAllah.
MashaAllah. Thank you so much, Dr. Rosnani. I do not see any more questions. Anyone else would like to ask? Sure, Sister Noaza. Go ahead.
Yes, Azza.
Assalamualaikum, Dr. Engku, Dr. Nani. I'm sure you know by now that I was inspired to do my PhD, and one of the instruments was diary due to you. So thank you so much for today's sharing.
Okay, so how are things going?
Very bad.
Alamak.
No. That is because of something else. I cannot work at home. That is a different story. But Alhamdulillah, when it comes to finding journal articles on diary, Alhamdulillah, I think I have enough to start my research proposal. Okay, my question to you is the reason why I asked whether the students were your students or they are from other classes is we have one term which is called convenience sampling. Why couldn't you, I think because you were not teaching that class, that's why you could not have them. If you had the chance to teach them, would you take your own student as your participants because of convenience?
I think kalau we look at the literature kan, convenience sampling exists. Jadi if it serves the purpose, it's suitable, and then it enables you to answer the research questions, I think why not? You can even study your husband. Betul kan?
Maybe I would like to add to that, because convenience sampling may not be very positive to quantitative, because you do it just because they are your students. So for quantitative, they call it convenience. It's not supposed to be used for your participants. Tapi for qualitative, I believe as long as there is the right person, the right thing that can give you the most data, then you can choose anyone.
So Dr.
And
Engku,
it so happen that your students are the people who can give you the best data, then why not?
So can we convert you now to the qualitative?
Not an expert in it. I would have a lot to learn. Still would settle on triangulation for the time being. MashaAllah. I'm just scared of the amount of data that you have.
I have to say that it was possible for me because of the guidance sebenarnya. The guidance, I have to give credit to Professor Ismail Sheikh Ahmad. Most of us,
one of those people. Yes.
So he guided me from start to the end, analyzing and so on. So if you are looking for somebody to supervise you, I think I am sure he is the best person for this.
There are some people who are just very, very good with qualitative data.
Exactly.
Any more questions? MashaAllah, this is such a different session, MashaAllah. Anyone else would like to ask questions? Sister Haliza mentioned that it is good to use your students because they are comfortable with you. When we're talking about convenience sampling this now. I think we don't have any more questions. It is now 12:20. MashaAllah, Dr. Rosnani, thank you so very much for that sharing session with us. I'm especially, I find it very enlightening for you to talk about Islamic scholars and how their diary studies have contributed. I think now during this time of pandemic, COVID-19, diary studies would be very important, especially those who who suffered from COVID. There's a lot of reflections that we could learn from them. It's just that I think, like you said, with modern times, the platform changed. People nowadays use TikTok. That could be a form of diary studies, but it's just that how we analyze that would be totally different. And people have asked if you would mind sharing your slides with us.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you. We will make that available. Yeah. So
I
thank
will
you very
email
much,
to
Dr. Rosnani. And everyone else for being with us. We have audience on YouTube Live, and also for being with us on Zoom. Yeah, thank you, and we look forward to having all of you again in our next session with CRU. Yeah, inshallah. We will announce the next speaker. Thank you very much, Dr. Rosnani.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Hmm.